a different page, but still friends. Hello everybody, Tom here. I hope you're all well. Today I want to talk about why, even if you are completely at opposite ends of the spectrum with somebody in terms of perspectives, in terms of what they want, and in terms of what you want from life, you can still be friends with somebody. And let me explain why, okay? My best friend and I, we don't always agree. We don't always agree. We aren't always on the same page with a lot of things. Not everything. We do have things in common. There has to be some common ground in any friendship or relationship. However, with certain things, he is over here somewhere and I am over there somewhere. But yet we're still friends. And that is testament to your friendship and your tolerance and respect for somebody, for having a different point of view and for not being on the same page. So I'm here to tell you, if you have a personal friend that is completely and utterly somewhere different to where you are in terms of perspective, if you have a solid foundation with that person, years of friendship and memories shared and enough common ground, you can still be friends with that person. You can still respect them, even if you don't agree with what they're doing or what they think. I say this because one of my best friends right now is not, in my opinion, what he's doing in his life, his goals, is not what I would be aligned with personally. We're at a completely different place. First things first, he's older than me. He's older than me by nearly 4 years. So he's nearly half a decade older than me. With that comes a different perspective, of course, more life experience. Perhaps he feels he's in a different place in life to me. Perhaps he's got other things he feels are more important than me. But for myself, for someone who is a similar age but not completely the same age, I don't agree with what he's got as a goal at the moment. I don't think it's as important as he's making out. Yet, for himself, it's very important. He's absolutely putting all his time and his energy into it and feels that that is what he has to do and where he has to go. Myself, I would rather be living my life a different way and enjoying things in a different way than stressing about something that personally will take care of itself at some point. That's just me. That's my perspective. Maybe, the traumas I've been through in recent years have made me appreciate the more simplistic things in life and stop worrying about so many things that are trivial and that really, will be taken care of. I'll be taken care of in time. You should never be in a rush, I believe, sometimes to do things. Sometimes we can get ourselves, we think we've got to be in a rush to do things. Example, society will say you should be married by a certain age. And then if you're not, you start to panic and think, oh, I'm not where I should be in life. Who says? Who says you're not where you are? Does society say? Okay, society says. Your parents think. Your friends think. Who cares? What I'm trying to say is, I'm not aligned with what he believes at the moment, but we are still friends and we will be friends for years to come. Even though he's putting his time and his energy into something that I think is trivial, that will look after itself. That's him. That's part of his journey. It's not part of mine. I don't agree with it and I don't care for it. I'm not bothered. He, on the other hand, does care for it. He believes it to be true. He believes it to be something he's got to do and do quickly. Well, it doesn't have to be the case. You don't have to be all the time agreeing with a friend or with somebody who you have a relationship with. Difference is healthy. As long as you're willing to accept difference, as long as you're okay with that person being on the other page, then there is absolutely no issue and no reason why you can't respect that person for having a different point of view and still be good friends with them. I will be always good friends with him because he has been there for me. That friendship will last the test of time. And despite him being in a different sort of phase to perhaps what he was when I met him all them years ago, it's fine. Still the same guy to me. It's just that perhaps time and life has moulded him in a different way for this particular thing. And that's all well and good. At the end of the day, friendship will last the test of time. As long as you have some things in common, and absolutely are able enough to accept that sometimes you aren't on the same page and you will not agree. Food for thought, do not ever be at loggerheads with somebody if their chosen path is different to yours. If you're friends with them and you can see value in that relationship still, a friendship, whatever it is, then you shouldn't like demonize them or hang them out to dry for thinking differently. Variety is the spice of life. That's what I'm trying to say. Guys, third and final video of the week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. Third and final video, as I said, please put down in the comment section below if you've ever been in a situation where one of your best friends has absolutely got it in their head, they've got to do something, they've got to do it in a certain way, it's got to be done by a certain time, and it's obvious that they're putting all the time and energy into something that perhaps you're not aligned with, you don't agree that it's as important as perhaps as they're making out. But despite this, you still support anyway because it's your friend, and you should and could choose otherwise. That's it. Please, if you would, remember, and I would be very grateful to hit that subscribe button down below. And if you would as well, please consider giving me a thumbs up and a like. And let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Back again next week with another 3 as normal. But until then, please, all of you, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.